Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to yet another episode of A Little Zen, A Little Mess. I read this quote the other day. Big love lives in small moments. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about something we often overlook because it doesn't come with fireworks or violins playing in the background or a slow motion movie scene. I'm talking about love. Not the standing in the rain confessing your feelings kind of love. Not the book a surprise trip to Paris kind of love. But I'm talking about the kind that quietly maybe refills your water bottle. The kind that sends a text me when you reach message. The kind that saves the last piece of pizza and actually means it. We've been sold this idea that love has to be grand, huge, Instagram worthy. It needs violins in the background and possibly a drone shot. But real love? It's sometimes in sweatpants in the kitchen at 10 p.m. It's in someone remembering you hate cold food or loud music. It's in a cup of tea placed next to you without you having to ask for it. Love is rarely loud, but it is consistent. And consistency, my friends, that is romantic. As I'm going to tell you this small story. There was an elderly couple who had been married for over 50 years. Every single morning, the husband would wake up a little earlier than his wife. He'd shuffle into the kitchen, make 2 cups of coffee, and then gently tap her shoulder and say, "Your coffee is ready." Now here's the thing. She liked her coffee very light, more milk than coffee. And he liked his strong enough to wake up even his ancestors. And so one morning, their granddaughter asked him, "Grandpa, after all these years, what do you think is the secret of your happy marriage?" And he thought for a second and said, "I learned how she likes her coffee, and I made sure I never forgot." That's it. Not diamonds, not dramatic speeches, just remembering how someone takes their coffee. Isn't that beautiful? Because love, at its core, is attention. It's noticing. It's choosing over and over again to care about the tiny details of someone's world. Sometimes, love may look like charging someone's phone because you saw it at 3%. Sharing that last French fry, and trust me, I love my French fries. So if I'm sharing that last French fry, the person probably means a lot to me. Letting them control the TV remote, even when you know they've rewatched the same movie or say show for the 12th time. Sitting beside someone when they've had a hard day and saying nothing at all. We underestimate these moments because they don't look cinematic. They don't look straight out of an Instagram-worthy story. But imagine this. If grand gestures are fireworks, small acts are the steady flame of a candle. And candles last longer. Anyone can plan a big surprise once a year. But who's checking if you ate? Who remembers that you have a big meeting that you're nervous about and actually checks on you to see if you're okay? Who notices when you go quiet? That's love. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to wait for someone else to start. You can be that person. Send the "Did you reach" text. Make that coffee. Cut the fruit. Leave the note. Because love isn't measured in price tags. It's measured in presence, in effort, in the 1,000 tiny decisions that say, "You matter to me." And maybe, just maybe, the real magic of love is this. When you look back years from now, you won't remember every grand surprise, but you will remember who sat beside you when you were anxious, who held your hand when you were really sad, Who made you laugh when you wanted to cry? Who saved you the corner piece of the brownie because they know it's your favorite? Big love doesn't shout, it whispers. It shows up again and again and again. And so today, let's celebrate the quiet heroes of love. The tea makers, the text senders, the blanket tucking champions. Because the small acts, they are never small. They are love in its purest, most human form. Small acts are love letters written in everyday life. They say, I see you, I care, I choose you, even in the ordinary. And honestly, that's the kind of love that lasts. One day, you'll realize that the most romantic thing someone ever did for you was simply staying, showing up, being gentle with your heart in a world that isn't always gentle. And that, right there, is big love. And if this made you think of someone, send them a message. And if that person is next to you, just make them that cup of coffee exactly how they like it. And I'll speak to you again next week. But until then, keep loving softly and consistently. So much love to each one of you. Take good care of yourselves and bye for now.